We know from our experience that a lot of people are discouraged because they think for some reason that the international trade involves lots of paperwork. However, it's not actually true. Yes, there is a lot of paperwork, but as an entrepreneur or as the employee of the company that is expanding internationally, you don't really need to prepare all the paperwork that you've probably heard of. So you've probably heard of way bills, airway bills, bills of lading. So those documents are the transportation documents, shipping documents, but you don't have to prepare all of those documents. In fact, there are only 3 documents that you either must prepare if you are the exporter, or you must expect to receive from the exporter if you are the importer. And those documents are the commercial invoice, the packing list, and the certificate of origin. So the commercial invoice or customs invoice, if you can't provide the commercial invoice, is the one where you specify the details of the products as well as the product's price. You should also put full name, address, and contact information of both buyer, seller, and also the consignee, your freight forwarder or the shipping company. Other than that, the commercial invoice is very similar to the domestic invoice. Make sure that the price is indicated in Incoterms format and also in the appropriate currency, because it may not necessarily be in the currency of your country. Make sure that you specify the country of origin and ensure that there are signatures or seals if they are applicable. The purpose of the packing list is to help both shippers as well as the customs authorities to locate your product, because you may not necessarily be able to put all information about the product, such as its dimensions, its content, its composition, its weight in the commercial invoice. So the purpose of the packing list is to put all of this additional information, and this additional information may be critical for the duty determination, because, for example, if you're trading garments or textiles, the composition of the fibers can make a difference between paying the duty and paying no duty. And once again, if you are the importer and not the exporter, you're expected to get a copy of the packing list in advance along with a copy of the commercial invoice. The certificate of origin is the final document that you are expected to issue if you are the exporter, or receive if you are the importer. This is the proof of the country of origin, the proof of where the product comes from. First of all, there are different requirements to the certificates of origin, and ideally you ask your buyer if this will be necessary, and most likely it will be necessary. Then what you should look at is whether the country of origin and country of destination have the multilateral or bilateral agreement, because those bilateral or multilateral agreements, they either specify the different format of the certificate of origin. Also, they may specify certain rules of what counts as the origin. And also, most modern bilateral or multilateral agreements, they no longer request to provide the formal certificate of origin, because in the past and in the most part of the world still, the certificates of origin can be obtained in the chambers of commerce or boards of trade. So those are the independent organizations that can issue those documents. However, many bilateral or multilateral agreements require you to only issue the certificate of origin on your company's letterhead, and it will be sufficient. Also keep in mind that some countries require that the certificate of origin must be legalized by the commercial section of the consulate of the country of destination. Again, your buyer will be probably the best one to tell you about that, or if not, you can always contact the customs broker, and then we'll discuss the role of the customs brokers later on.